Hi guys, I'm going to see if I can quickly read something before the kids come down. Um, so pretty shocking because obviously there's a reaction from Ginger Alden, Elvis's last girlfriend, his fiancée. She's one of us. She's Team Elvis. She believes in what we stand for. She believes in our movement defending Elvis. I fully support Ginger, and of course, Priscilla Presley is trying to rewrite history again with her new book, Softly as I Leave You. And she's running around telling lies. It's that simple. She's running around telling lies, shaming Elvis again and again. She's trying to be very subtle, very sly with it. As usual, the press are kissing her ass. No one is challenging her or disagreeing with her. She's literally getting away with murder. It's only just begun. Now, when she brought out this book, she got away with it. She could say what she wanted around the world. She got away with it. No one challenged her. But it's different this time because Louis here, defending Elvis. Louis here with a massive team of defenders around the world called Team Elvis. And we will challenge Priscilla. And we will stand up to her. And we will expose her lies, her fake news. We've only just begun. The book only came out in England yesterday. So Ginger Alden, beautiful Ginger Alden, who is a massive defender of Alden and loves sharing her beautiful memories of Elvis, their time together. She always challenges these other people and says to them, Elvis was happy in the last year of his life, was looking forward to the future. He wasn't crawled up in a little ball waiting to die, depressed. Didn't commit suicide like the Stanleys have said. He hadn't done all the disgusting things that the Smiths have said about him and trashed him in books and biographies and documentaries for money. Ginger's book is very honest, very truthful. There's a few things in there. Truthful things that show honesty, show how honest she's just trying to be honest in her book. Her chance to tell the world her truth, her last 9 months with Elvis. Of course, she has a massive following, Ginger Alden. She has a lot of love. People love the thought of Ginger and Elvis. We're getting ready for the future. We're going to have a family, have kids. Elvis was excited for the future. 42 is still very young. Ginger Alden is a defender of Elvis. She proudly speaks up for Elvis against so many people that didn't, that trashed him. Most of the people closest to him trashed him for cash. Trash for cash. That includes friends and an ex-wife. So she has released this as a reaction to the book Softly as I Leave You. I'm hoping I can read it before the kids come down. If they do come down, I'll stop and I'll do a part 2. So Ginger Alden's official Exposing Lies and Truths group. So there's more than one Ginger Alden group. I do speak directly with Ginger Alden. She's very kind to me. We've had some quite long discussions and she's lovely, absolutely lovely. There's a few of my views that have been changed as I've got to know Ginger and started to understand the truth. Even my views have altered. She truly loved Elvis and I think he truly loved her. I know I'll get a reaction. I'm expecting a reaction, but I fully support Ginger Alden. I want people to know that. She is an Elvis defender. Hi everyone, this is from Ginger. When I see history trying to be rewritten in books and interviews, it's very hard not to speak up when you see yourself or your family unjustly portrayed with hearsay and regurgitated lies in what is obviously an attempt not only to degrade my character, but to diminish what was a very important relationship between Elvis and me. Got me coffee, guys. I've only just woke up, so bear with me. My eyesight's a bit iffy as well. I'm 58 years old, so the eyesight isn't great, especially in the morning. Now, this took a lot of courage to do with Ginger, but I'm so glad that she's prepared to speak up on behalf of her fiancé, Elvis. A relationship which threatens what I know to be a delusional narrative that Elvis wanted to reunite with his ex-wife, which is ridiculous. She even said this last night on The View show in America with Whoopi Goldberg. I can't speak before my time with Elvis, but after all we spoke about, not once did Elvis make me feel that this was something he would have wanted in his past or during our time together. Come on, Elvis, no way. Look, I understand that Elvis didn't like a broken marriage. He never wanted to be a divorcee. He didn't like the fact that Priscilla, that things went the way they did. But they did. That's how they went. Of course, he didn't like it. I'm talking about he didn't like Lisa having to have to be part of a broken marriage, a failed marriage. It was never about getting back with Priscilla. Elvis and Priscilla had been separated and divorced for 4 years before Elvis and I met. Each had gone their own way, but here we are, seemingly envious ex-wife toward a future wife. I think Priscilla tried to rub out all the past relationships. Honestly, guys, wanting to be perceived as the one and only, which is laughable. By her various actions and words, Elvis and Priscilla have remained friendly because they shared a child, and Priscilla would call when their daughter Lisa was at Graceland's visiting Elvis and me. Elvis and me. Right, here we go. Sorry, guys. It's a bit confusing, but let's keep going. So, yeah, Elvis kept it civil. He wanted to put a good public front for the public and for Lisa. It was important to Elvis that they came across as they were still friends. I don't believe that they were still friends. I think that's another lie, but that's another story. Elvis told me he wanted Priscilla and I to be friendly for the sake of Lisa. Now that makes sense. It was something I certainly had no problem with at the time. Lisa even had me play the electric organ briefly for Priscilla once over the phone. When Lisa found out about Elvis and my engagement the summer of 1977, she seemed genuinely happy that day. She called me her second mummy, quickly and in front of Elvis. Elvis and me giggled, telling us, "I'm going to call you mummy in front of my mummy." It surprised me and Elvis. Her words seemed innocent and were comforting to me at the time. Simply a young girl finding our relationship different from the norm for her dad and Lisa's way of handling it was a 9-year-old's giggle. Looking back now, understanding things better, I can't help but feel her comment reflected something which was personally deeper for her. With her own mother during Elvis and my relationship, he confided a great deal and would tell me, "I've loved before, but never been in love. I've been 60% happy, 40% happy, but never 100% happy." A few of his words when asking me to marry him in January 1977, some of which he shared with a few friends. Another subject brought up during our many talks was that Priscilla had told him that she didn't know how to take care of Lisa. That brought him to tell her, get a pen and paper and write down this word, meditate, which was something Elvis and I frequently did together. It seemed to be one way of him trying to help Priscilla and with her parenting. Being Elvis's fiancée placed me under the microscope, and although approached early on, I held off writing a memoir, eventually feeling I had to, for history's sake, because of much misunderstood, wrongful speculations and lies from a select few. I eventually released a book titled Elvis and Ginger in 2014, and after marrying, having a son, and waiting until he went off to college, that time was right for me as the person loving and taking care of Elvis, losing and finding him on August 16th of 1977 had been a huge tragedy for me at a very young age, and it affected my life. Of course it did. We had just hours earlier set our wedding date, with Elvis telling me that not only did he want to announce our engagement from his hometown show in Memphis at the end of the tour, but he also wanted to an ad placed in our local paper. Don't forget, in those days, we went in the free ad papers, didn't we? You posted things. In the local Gazette, here we call it a Mercury. So you posted special occasions, special announcements. And so he wanted an ad placed in our local paper announcing our engagement. His wishes, unfortunately, did not get to happen, which left me in a vulnerable position. So, yeah, she struggled. People have always doubted if they actually were going to get married. All I can say is, come on. He was living with her. Towards the end, she was there. Obviously, it wasn't straightforward. She didn't want to just move straight in with Elvis. She was living at home she shared a room with her sister. So for her to just up and leave and put everything Gracelands was a bit too big a step, I think. Especially then, especially in the 70s, yeah? So she wanted to move in gradually. People keep saying that she didn't go to any of the shows. She did. She missed 4 of them. But she went to all the others, yeah? So I do think Ginger is being picked on here. Now, it clearly was in love. Elvis wouldn't have got engaged unless he was in love. Yeah, you don't get engaged to someone unless you love them. Yeah. And now, the plan was to marry in December. That was the plan. Of course, there's strong views out there, but that was the plan. So, after Elvis passed, I went forward with my life and made a living for myself, something I was proud of. Now, after seeing some pages from Priscilla's new book, I'd like to list a few things and comment, and Elvis would most certainly want me to. Number 1, how Elvis and I met is completely false. My sister Terry was Miss Tennessee, a wonderful accomplishment, her being a very talented pianist, and Elvis had requested to meet her after he'd broken off with a former girlfriend and had been dating. Yeah, so that's Linda Thompson, yeah? Could have been, I mean, it could have been someone else, I don't know. Obviously, Elvis had a few girlfriends, didn't he? I'm actually not sure myself. No one picked me out, as her book states. To say what Elvis Presley was a desperate man is extremely disparaging to him. Elvis was never ever a desperate man. Number 2, there is a lot of, as she was told, going on in a few of Priscilla's pages in regard to me. She was not around. No names were listed as to who supposedly told her pure rubbish, which after many, many years she decided to spread, not knowing if true. I loved Elvis with all my heart, and if I didn't love him, I wouldn't have been with him. That is certainly not my character, unlike some. I don't degrade him or make him look weak, pathetic, or pining away. Priscilla does. Even last night, I reviewed an interview last night. She belittles him. Priscilla belittles him. It's disgusting the way she talks about him, with a big giggle, a big smile on her face and a big giggle, bright red clothing. Priscilla's shocking, honestly, guys. And let's carry on reading. We've got a lot more to say. Something he most definitely was not. Number 3, Priscilla insults towards my mother, saying that she was intent on my being with Elvis is a lie. Had that been the case, my mother would have had my bags packed and me moved immediately into Graceland. Maybe that rings a bell of familiarity with Priscilla. Come on, guys. You read Child Bride. Exactly the thing that Priscilla accuses Ginger of, Priscilla may have done herself. Priscilla's mother may have done herself. My mother, God willing, will be 104 in November. Wow, that is amazing. A World War II Army veteran, a beautiful human being, and that is elder abuse. And that is elder abuse. I see what you mean, yeah. Priscilla is trashing her mother. That's elder abuse. She has a good point. It's false and hurtful. I wonder if Priscilla felt that Elvis was a prize in her own mother's eye. We could talk about that history for hours. Oh, and I'm gonna, trust me, I'm gonna expose Priscilla. I fully support Ginger. Let's have a look. If Elvis was a prize in any other woman's mother's eyes whom he had earlier dated, I guess she wanted that depiction reserved for my mother. Someone else came to care a great deal for as well as the rest of the family. Number 4, I did not move into Graceland's early on. Elvis asked me to, but as time went on, I began staying more and more. Elvis and I spent a great deal of time upstairs together. He even had the upstairs bathroom redecorated for me in colours I chose. I didn't know that. That's news to me, guys. Before long, it became almost like living there. I slept when he did. I spent the night with him reading and pampering, etc. Me only leaving on occasions for a couple of hours if I woke before Elvis, running home to get more clothes and say hi to my family. Don't forget, Ginger's very close to her family and her sister. And see my dog. That makes sense. Returning when Elvis was waking. That didn't happen often, nor did Elvis ever sit alone for weeks, weekends, or days, and yet I have certainly seen myself removed in various books for the sake of some of others trying to be relevant. Well, yeah, it's true. People try to rub out Ginger, try to rub like it never happened. Priscilla definitely does it with all of the ex-girlfriends. She tries to rub them out. She's had so much power. She's got away with it. She's removed them from anything. Priscilla wants the world to think it was just Elvis and her and nobody else. It's ridiculous. And the public fall for it. I'll never understand it. Number 5, to state that I was seeing an old boyfriend on the weekends as told to Priscilla and constantly by no named guys and their wives is a disgusting lie, and it makes Elvis look like an idiot. How many in Memphis actually stayed in touch, speaking with her constantly by phone after she had moved across the country with other men and taken their daughter? The man I dated a few months before meeting Elvis was interviewed years back and stated that we broke up in December. Elvis was taken very good care of, at least by me, and I only ever tried to help him behind closed doors, which I wrote about again with Priscilla not around. Priscilla mentioned in her book about having an affair shortly after her daughter was born, and she later left Elvis for another man who was still married, whose wife had recently had a baby. She obviously thought that was okay behavior, but it was unjust to promote my character as a cheater when I most certainly was not. The way Priscilla left Elvis was disgusting. Her secret affair with a married man, Francis Stone was his wife, allegedly still pregnant when they first met and had a small girl as well. Yeah, disgusting what Mike Stone and Priscilla did. Absolutely disgusting. So her accusing Ginger of these things is out of order. Out of order. Priscilla is the disgusting one. Let's have a look. She obviously thought that was okay behavior, but it was unjust to promote my character as a cheater when I most certainly was not. She mentions being worried about Elvis, of course, when he was with me, and yet when Elvis was ill and in hospital and wanted me to show my engagement ring to some people, Priscilla and I met at Graceland's, and then that's not mentioned in her book. I would go on to learn that shortly afterwards, Priscilla had a debt placed on Graceland's for money owed from a new negotiation with a divorce she was not entitled to, guys. She had to accuse Elvis of fraud to get that divorce. Was she worried that would bother or put pressure on him? Exactly. Elvis was in fear of losing his home. Unbelievable. Was she worried when Elvis told me she wanted to use his plane for a jewelry venture? I think this, guys, Priscilla was always trying to grab money, different ways to grab money. She wanted to use Elvis's plane for a jewelry venture to Europe with her boyfriend. Elvis's response to me was, she can fly commercial. Was she worried when Elvis told me she was wanting him to set her father up in a wine business in California, which would have cost money? Come on, guys. Priscilla, it was all cash grab for everyone around her as well. Elvis paying for everything. Obviously not. Number 6, another huge lie is that I didn't like to talk, which someone started years back, and Priscilla decided to repeat something the farthest from the truth. Now, I've heard it repeated again and again. Ginger didn't go on the tours. I grew up in Memphis and admired Elvis as a young girl and loved watching him perform, always rooting for him from the side of the stage to hit certain notes. He was an amazing entertainer. So for anyone to say I hated touring, I only missed 4 shows out of all of the shows that he did in 1976 and 1977. It's nothing but a cheap shot, a complete lie, and it's absurd. It's what Elvis did for a living. I heard a lot of things from Elvis and various people in regard to Priscilla, and as time has gone on, I have witnessed a lot of things. Priscilla asked for me at Elvis's wake, telling me, I know how much Elvis loved you. I've heard even Billy Smith say that Elvis told him he loved Ginger. Go and find it on YouTube, guys. It was nice and comforting at the time, and not long ago, a close friend of hers came into my Facebook group with a message. Priscilla only had kind things to say about you. I had seen some earlier interviews in her first book and knew that's not necessarily true. If Priscilla thinks that my loving and trying to help Elvis, had they married, it would have been a disaster. I can only reply with what sure seemed a disaster was a relationship that ended in 1973. So I think that point is, so I'm still early in the morning, guys, so I'm concentrating. But yeah, Priscilla's marriage to Elvis was an absolute joke. If you properly do your research and really understand what went on, the unfaithfulness, their marriage was a joke and much shorter than everyone realizes. Remember, she was unfaithful within a year of the marriage, and then she does it again 18 months-ish later. Yeah, that's no marriage, guys. In 1971, Priscilla was having a secret affair with Mike Stone, the karate guy. They never had a proper marriage. The whole thing was a joke. It's even possible that she was blackmailed into it by Elvis was blackmailed into the marriage by Priscilla's father. It's alleged, isn't it, guys? So their marriage was a joke. Priscilla talks about their marriage as if it was this long 14-year romance. It wasn't. Elvis briefly met Priscilla in Germany, just for a matter of months, just as a friend. He didn't see her again for nearly 2.5 years. The whole world is being tricked and conned with a pack of lies coming from Priscilla. I really want the world to know the truth, and somehow we're going to try and get the truth out there. I can clearly see the outside influence in her daughter Lisa's book. Number 7, Elvis and my engagement was indeed real as mentioned by his father, others, and his jeweler, and not rumoured. As Priscilla states in an attempt to minimise, it can never be taken away the fact that Elvis and I loved each other. I was there for him. I tried to help him. We were engaged. We set a wedding date. Elvis was looking forward to our marriage and more children. And isn't that a beautiful thought, guys? Elvis was getting ready for this great life. Even me, I started having kids when I was 38. I got 5 kids. I've had an amazing life. Elvis was young enough to have a lovely family, some beautiful children. He was looking forward to the future, and Ginger was part of that plan. I was with him on August the 16th of 1977, wearing his engagement ring. I do feel sorry for Elvis and Lisa, and after all the men and many years, Priscilla can decide to say that Elvis was the love of her life. I have news for you. She wasn't. Now, what I want to do on part 2, I want to go through the comments of this post. I just want to say to Ginger Alden, very proud of you. Very proud of you. This was a tough thing to do. Please join Ginger Alden's Facebook page. Yeah. So this took a lot of courage to do. She's obviously read most of the book, or some parts of the book. We are getting reports now of many things that she has said. I've just been sent one report, but Priscilla has put in her book that Elvis raped her, forced her. I don't think she used the word raped, but I think she's given the impression that Elvis forced her. Now, I'll just show you the post. I've only just been sent it. Let's see if I can get it up. See if it's going to log in 1 second. Now, I understand how Ginger feels, because I honestly believe that they have tried to rub out. Priscilla has tried to rub out all the ex-girlfriends, all of them. Let me just see if I can get it up, guys. I've got to go now because the kids are going to come down. I just wanted to show you there's a lot of stuff coming out now, guys, that was trashing Elvis by Priscilla. Even last night's interview that I reviewed on The View with Whoopi Goldberg, I got the names mixed up. I called her Oprah, but it's Whoopi Goldberg, yeah. She's there giggling away. Trashing poor Elvis. The way she speaks about her daughter just comes across very odd. So look at this, guys. Let me see that you can see it. So Priscilla Presley reveals Elvis forced himself on her after finding out she was having an affair. What a disgusting thing to say about poor Elvis. He can't defend himself. He's not here to defend himself. Where is it? Let me have a look, guys. Listen to this. OK Magazine. This is the USA version. Yeah. OK Magazine. Priscilla Presley, final intimate memory with her ex-husband Elvis Presley wasn't a good one. In her new memoir, Softly As I Leave You, Life After Elvis, the 80-year-old accused the late king of rock and roll of sexually assaulting her after he discovered her affair with their daughter, Lisa Marie Presley's karate instructor Mike Stone. And it says, click the link. I don't know if this is genuine. I don't even know if this is in the book, but this was sent to me early this morning. So I have had quite a few things sent to me, though. A lot of you guys are sending me little clips of all of the Audible book. I've had quite a few of you messaging me stuff. Already I'm very concerned about many lies that are being told here. Yeah, by Priscilla. Yeah. Priscilla this is another attempt to rewrite history, to reinvent history from her point of view, painting herself as the poor victim. Don't fall for it. She keeps saying that Elvis was the love of her life. We know he wasn't. She had many long relationships. One of them even abused her daughter, allegedly. We're getting conned and tricked. The press are still falling for it. I keep watching these interviews. She's done about 4 or 5 now to promote the book. Don't fall for it, guys. She's tricking the world. She's brainwashing the world. These interviewers around the world have, obviously the main ones that have happened at the moment are in America. She's coming to England next week, I think. The American interviewers aren't challenging her. Elvis can't challenge her. Elvis can't defend himself. So you've got the American interviewers on these big programs like is it ABC, CNN, other big platforms. The View is a very big platform, isn't it? What's it called? The one that's got Whoopi Goldberg in, and there's a panel. Yeah. None of them challenged her. They kissed her ass, treated her like she's still married to Elvis, treated her like she's still with Elvis. There's no defense of Elvis here. Elvis can't jump in and disagree with her. Unbelievable what's happening. All these massive news companies kissing her ass, believing every word she says, when she could be telling a pack of lies. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes. Just opinion sharing, discussion YouTube channel. Not fact. Say that. What is happening is wrong, guys. This shouldn't be happening. Priscilla is using that book to attack people. She's being very sly with it. She's the big smile, the giggles. She dresses very smart. She wears a bright red, don't even know what it's called, dress, bright red hair, and then tries to pretend that she mourns the loss of Lisa Marie. It doesn't make sense. Bye. It doesn't make sense, does it? I don't want to sound cold. You lose your daughter. It doesn't get more serious than that, does it? We don't see Priscilla mourning her daughter. We see Priscilla celebrating life, running around the world, doing these shows, promoting the new book. I personally feel the book that she's wrote, Softly As I Leave You, is a reaction to this book. I find her new book shocking. I haven't even read it yet, but I've been sent a lot of information, a lot of clips. Many people are sending me things. I've had dozens and dozens of things. All of it is very shocking, concerning, upsetting. Poor Elvis, not here to defend himself. Poor Lisa, not here to defend herself. She's even attacking Michael Jackson. It's just, why are all these people just allowing her to do this? I'm saying this to the news companies in America. What are you doing? Challenge this woman. Stand up to her. Disagree with her. Ask her if she's lying. Tell her to admit her wrongdoing, her unfaithfulness, how badly she treated her own daughter. The way Priscilla treated her daughter, Lisa Marie, is disgusting. Disgusting, guys. Her boyfriend abused her, allegedly. She throws her into Scientology. She was throwing her into summer camps just so she could have her freedom. Priscilla always put herself first when it comes to her career. She would run around doing everything to make money, for fame, to live the life of celebrity, to have the LA lifestyle, Californian lifestyle. She tries to talk about Memphis as if she loves Memphis. She doesn't, guys. She never did. It's another part of the con. Priscilla is no Memphis girl. I feel so sorry for Ginger that she just has to take this. I'm so proud that she stands up for herself. Even Donna Presley, she's standing up to the bullshit. Donna Presley had made her own videos challenging Priscilla. I'm so proud of Donna Presley, Elvis's first cousin. It doesn't matter what you know, whatever your opinions are, guys, on the engagement with Ginger or the marriage, you're entitled to your different views. But I'm telling you now, Priscilla is doing some serious damage here. We must stand by the people that are defending Elvis. He deserves it. Ginger Alden defends Elvis. Donna Presley defends Elvis. We must expose the people that have trashed Elvis for money. There's too many. Cousins, stepbrothers, ex-wife, trashing Elvis for money. He deserves better. These people let him down, betrayed him. Elvis trusted these people. Elvis trusted Priscilla for a long time. After the marriage, I feel that he saw a very dark side to Priscilla, a side that we now, the public, the Elvis fans, were seeing it. But the general public are still brainwashed by this. They still believe the bullshit, this fake fairy tale. Elvis is the victim, not Priscilla. Priscilla has spent 40 plus years, 50 years playing the victim. Elvis was the victim. She was unfaithful many times. She has trashed Elvis again and again and again. She's even, in some ways, trashed her own daughter. Her daughter was basically abandoned. Poor Lisa Marie was abandoned. Do some research. Understand everything that went on, even before the divorce. When Priscilla had an affair with the dance instructor, when Lisa Marie was just a baby. Think about it, guys. That isn't normal behavior. Within a year of the marriage, to have an affair when you've still got a loving baby and you're living with your husband. Only a year-old marriage. She's living with Elvis, thinking about, she puts it on page 262. She's living with Elvis in their new home, their new baby, and she's dreaming about Steve Peck, the dance instructor that she was basically having a secret affair with just after months of the baby being born. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine how that felt when Elvis found out? Think about Elvis's point of view, catching his newlywed wife and their new baby, and she's having an affair with the dance instructor, and then she does it all over again 18 months later with Mike Stone, the karate champion. Think about it, guys. We're being conned. We're being tricked. Even now, these allegations with Bridget Cruz, the unplugging of Lisa. If look up the divorce settlements. I've worked out there was 3, because you've got the first divorce settlement, the second one. But by the time she places a debt, a lien on Graceland's, which Ginger mentions in this write-up, it's April of 1977. There's a possibility there was 3 divorce. She was attacking for money, so greedy that there was a 3rd mini divorce settlement going on just before Elvis died. Could you imagine how Elvis felt? He probably felt he was going to lose his home. Could you imagine how Vernon and Elvis felt with Priscilla attacking for money? In months before Elvis died, she must have seen how unwell he looked. He looked very sick in 1977. He was sick. He had very serious health problems, guys. And Priscilla was still attacking him for more money. She wanted a percentage of his royalties. She wanted much higher spousal payments, monthly payments. She was cash grabbing. But then she'll say, he's the love of my life. I want to be buried next to him. Come on. Who gets buried next to their ex-husband? Nobody. She did give up using the name Presley. She gave it up and took it back. That ain't normal. Come on, do some research, guys. Anyone watching my show, understand what's gone on. Ginger Alden is just one of Priscilla's victims. Why did Priscilla completely rub out all of the girlfriends? You look at Baz Luhrmann's film, Austin Butler's Baz Luhrmann film. There is no hint of any other women in Elvis's life. Why? Why are the ex-girlfriends never mentioned? Linda Thompson, Ginger Alden. Why? Priscilla is literally getting away with it. She has spent the last 40 years rewriting history. She even redecorated Graceland's so it looked how it looked when she lived there. Why? Graceland's should have been left alone. It should have been left to look as it looked when Elvis died. Everyone's got to remove their blinkers. Priscilla isn't Elvis. Why is Priscilla treated as if she is Elvis? It doesn't make sense, guys. She gets followed around, paparazzi snapping thousands of pictures of her because she once married Elvis in a brief marriage that went completely wrong. A fake marriage, maybe even a forced marriage. Did Priscilla even ever love Elvis? Did she even love her daughter? Because to me, it seems like Navarone was the love of her life. She was with Marco Garibaldi for over 20 years. She was with the abuser, Michael Edwards, for 6 to 7 years. She even goes on these chat shows saying, oh yeah, ha ha ha, Elvis phoned me when I was in bed with my boyfriend. I think it was Robert Kardashian. It might have been him that put her up to these other divorce settlements that she was not entitled to. She had to accuse Elvis of fraud to get these divorce settlements. Unbelievable. Oh, Elvis phoned me and I was in bed with my boyfriend. How embarrassing and degrading is that for Elvis? She did this yesterday. Yesterday. She humiliates and degrades Elvis in front of millions of people on a massive show like The View in America. Where is Elvis's dignity? How would Lisa feel that Priscilla is allowed to say stuff like that on a show watched by tens of millions? Unbelievable. Shocking. No wonder Ginger Alden wants to come out and speak up on behalf of herself, her mother, and Elvis. And her sister. We stand by Ginger Alden. We support her. I also fully stand by Donna Presley. Because Donna Presley is another one that has been dismissed and cut off. When Priscilla took over, when she had all power, when she, I think, tricked and conned Vernon into adding her to Elvis's will, to Vernon's will as co-trustee. We have been conned since then. When Priscilla took over power, only months before Vernon died on his deathbed, more or less, convincing Vernon to add her to the will on behalf of Lisa, a lot of damage has been done by Priscilla. Honestly, I really believe this. Obviously, everything I say is an opinion for entertainment purposes, not a fact. We are an entertainment show on YouTube, so I have to say that. But guys, this woman, Priscilla Presley, has done some serious damage and still is doing more damage now with the book Softly As I Leave You. We need to all wake up and see what's happening. Elvis deserves better. Elvis deserves better. He was so good to Priscilla. The life that she's had, almost the life of a royal family member or the Kennedys. Remember, Elvis was the one who changed the world. Elvis had the talent, the looks, the charm, the charisma, this Christian gospel singing, beautiful man from Tupelo. Elvis is the one that had it all, not Priscilla. Take care, guys. Gotta go. I'll be back for part 2. We're going to read the comments. Love you all, guys. TCB. And I'm sending special love, heartfelt love to Ginger Alden for having to post this, and heartfelt love to Donna Presley because she also yesterday posted a beautiful video on her YouTube channel defending Elvis, defending herself as well. Donna Presley, Ginger Alden, we're with you all the way. We want the truth out there. Okay? Love you all, guys. TCB, TLC.